again, third grade mathletes. We are back. We are back for another lesson on perimeter. Okay, so before you get started, I want you to make sure of a couple things. I want you to make sure you have your journal and your pencil and you are ready to make our anchor chart together. Now keep in mind, if you need to pause the video to get caught up on writing, on keeping up with the whole chart, then make sure you do so. Okay? You ready to rock and roll? Let's do it. So, in our last lesson, we were on standard MAFS third grade measurement and data 4.8 perimeter. We're going to stick with that standard today. We're just going to show another aspect of the standard. So let's not forget that perimeter is the distance around the outside of a shape. It's the boundary of the shape. It's the picture frame, okay? And when we were finding the other day in our lesson, the perimeter of a shape, we were given problems where we knew the side length. So when we know all of the side lengths, we are able to just add them up and find our perimeter. Didn't matter what unit it was. It could have been inches, centimeters, feet, meters, kilometers. But all we had to do was to add our sides. Our quadrilaterals have 4 sides. So we had 4 numbers, 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2. Our total perimeter of this shape equaled 12 feet. Okay. So those are one type of way we're going to be able to solve for perimeter problems. There's another type of perimeter problem. And today we're going to focus on perimeter and the unknown side length. So here's what's important about this part of the standard. We're looking for the unknown side length. The most important word here is that we have a side length that is unknown. And we know unknown means we don't know it. Now, what we will know every time we're solving for a problem like this, we will know our total perimeter. So that gives us just one unknown, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways we can find that. Okay? So take a second, make sure you get your title down, perimeter and the unknown side length, still in the same standard. Okay, our first type of problem, and we will have 3 different types of problems in solving for the unknown side length. The first type of problem is when we have a regular shape. Now let's think about that. What did regular shape mean? Regular shape means all the side lengths are the same. So when we're solving for the unknown side length, we're really solving for every side. So let's look at a square. Okay, and in today's problems, all of our total perimeters are going to be 20 inches. We're going to keep that consistent. So let's draw a square in our journal. Okay, now I said that that total perimeter equaled 20 inches. Okay, and let's call our, let's just put a little box for our unknown side length. We'll keep that consistent today too. Now, if I have a box here that represents my unknown side length, what is going to go to the rest of those? Well, what we do know, and I told you it was a square, all these side lengths are going to be the same. So in our square, we can put that same box. We're going to use that to represent our unknown. Okay, and we'll set up our perimeter equation exactly how we did the other day. Our perimeter, in the case of this square, will equal side plus side plus side plus side, and we know it equals 20 inches. Okay, now how can I figure out, you say, I only know one thing. Well, the fact that we know that all of these unknowns are the same makes this a really, really easy division problem. And remember, in division, my total comes first. So I can go ahead and put my perimeter, and now I want to divide it by how many sides I have. And we have a square, which is a quadrilateral, so we have 4 sides. And we can just break it down. 20 divided by 4, we know equals 5. 5 times 4 equals 20. There you go. It's that simple. So our unknown, in the case of this 20-inch perimeter square, equals 5. Now I'm going to show you a trick that you could use that we used for division when we fair shared our total that will help you if you just can't think, oh, I don't know what 20 divided by 4 is, and I can't remember 4 times what equals 20. So all you have to do is take your 20 inches, and we know our 20 inches needs to be shared around the outside of this shape. So what we can do is we can just fair share just like you did with your groupings. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's simple. We found when we fair shared our 20 inches around our boundary, we got 5 inches for each side. Easy peasy. Okay, let's do one more example where we have a regular shape. Our second example is going to be, let's see, a pentagon. Who remembers how many sides a pentagon has? Pent. Yes, 5 sides. So when we draw a pentagon, we can draw I like to call it our walls, our roof, and our floor. Okay, so we're calling this a regular pentagon. And just like before, we're going to stay consistent. And we're going to say our perimeter equals 20 inches. Okay, just like before, we can solve the same way. That P equals side plus side plus side plus side. That's what I did over here, right? But I think I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Oh, that's right. I had a quadrilateral, so I only have 4 sides here, but I have a pentagon, so I have 5 sides here. So it just changes a little, and my unknown side length will fit into that little box. We'll just put one side because we've already said this is a regular shape, so we know they're all going to be the same. Okay, now let's solve the same way we did before. We have a total, and we're going to divide up our total into our 5 sides. And our total is 20 inches, and we're going to divide that. Now, should I divide it by 4 again? No, because that was the number of my sides. Now I have how many sides? Yes, you got it, 5 sides. So I'm going to divide it by 5 sides, and we've just been through this. We know 4 times 5 equals 20, so because of the commutative property, 5 times 4 equals 20. So my unknown will be 4 inches. Awesome. Give yourself a little pat on the back. You got this. So we're going to go to a second type of solving for the unknown side length. Okay, so in this second type of problem, I'm going to give you one side that we don't know, and I'll give you the other sides. So there's really only one side you won't know, and we'll know our total, and we'll know the other sides, so we'll just subtract. Okay, so let's look at, let's pick a triangle. We haven't done one of those. Now in this type of example, the difference is we had all side lengths equal. These were regular shapes. We're not going to go with regular shapes here, so we can't assume our sides are equal. Okay, so let's draw a triangle. Okay. Now, we know we have how many sides in a triangle? We have 3. And I'm going to give you some information. We know, because I said we're going to always keep it consistent just for today and have 20-inch perimeter. So I am going to go ahead and give you our side lengths. Let's see, we're going to have 6 inches here and 6 inches here. And our unknown, we'll put our unknown box. Okay? All right. Same thing holds true. We just have to set up our perimeter equation. So let's set it up. So our perimeter in this case will equal, now how many sides do I have? Yes, 3. So I need to have 3 numbers to add up. So I will say side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3, and we're going to have that equal to our 20 inches. Okay, so when we're dealing with an unknown, we always start with filling in what we do know. And what we know is our total is 20. We said that right here. And we know we have a 6-inch side length and a 6-inch side length, and we have an unknown. Okay. So, you're saying to yourself, I just don't know what to do. I know that that's 6 and that's 6. I know I have to get to 20. These two sides of my equation need to be equal. So what can I do to find my missing unknown? I want you to think about that. Well, let's really break down what we know. We know we have 6 plus 6, 12 inches, plus something, which equals 20. So how can we find what's missing? We need to find the difference between here and here. The difference will be our answer. Difference problems are always, you got it, subtraction. So we're going to take our total and find the difference between what we have, and that will tell us what we need to make them even. So 20 minus 12 equals how many inches are missing? Yes, 8 inches. Okay, so let's fill in our unknown. Now, how do I check my work here? I need to add them all up and make sure they equal what? My total, which is 20 inches. Okay, so when I have 6 plus 6, you know I have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes. And I just used my fingers just to make sure I didn't make a mistake. But I know us super strong, smart third graders, you probably won't have to do that. If you do, that's okay. All right. So when we have in a triangle 2 known side lengths and our total, use subtraction to find your unknown. Okay, let's do one more type of problem like that. Let's take, let's take another pentagon. Okay. Remember, walls, roof, and our floor. And then you have your 5 side lengths. Okay, remember we're going to keep with our total perimeter equals 20 inches. I'm going to give you some side lengths and we'll see if we can find the missing side length. Okay. We're going to say this part of the roof is 3 inches and that one looks the same as 3 and 4 inches and 4 inches. And our unknown, bam, right there. Okay, so let's set it up. So in our perimeter with a pentagon, then we know we need to have 5 side lengths set up. So our perimeter equals side plus side plus side plus side plus side, which equals, well, in this case, we know our total perimeter, and it's 20 inches. Okay, let's double check and make sure I space for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Super. And I know I have 3 inches, and 3, and 4, and 4. Perfect. Now I just need to break it down, solve for my unknown. 3 plus 3, we know that's 6. 4 plus 4 is 8. 6 plus 8 plus unknown equals 20. Break it down farther. 14 plus unknown equals 20. I need this side to match this side, so I can just count up. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep. That is the same as finding the difference. 20 minus 14. Take away our 14 right here. We need to unbundle. Make this a 10. 10 minus 4 equals 6. My unknown side length is 6 inches. Now let's just walk around this perimeter. Let's take a little walk and add them up step by step and make sure. Just check our work. Our 6 plus 4 equals 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. Add 3 more, we're at 16. 16 plus 4 equals 20. Checked my work. We are good to go. Okay, so now we have 2 ways to find that unknown. And look at all the math operations we're using. When we had a regular shape, we used division. We fair shared our inches. When we just had 2 side lengths or 4 side lengths with 1 missing side length, we used subtraction to find the difference. Now I'm going to give you the hardest type of problem. Okay, so this is definitely the trickiest part of the standard, but I know you can get this. So what's going to happen is they are going to give you a rectangle, okay? And we're going to stay consistent and say our P equals 20 inches. Okay. So what's going to be the next step is they're going to give you one side length. So I'm going to say, the width of my quadrilateral here is 8 inches. Okay. And you're looking at me and you're going to say, Miss Straley, I have no idea how to figure out all my other side lengths. I only have one side. I'm missing 4 sides. Or excuse me, 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, and I have my total. I want you to think about the attributes of a rectangle. When you're given this side, you know that this side is congruent, so it will be the same. So you don't only have one side length, you know that this one is also equal to 8 inches. Okay, so we're breaking it down. There's something else you have to keep in mind. My unknown, so now I don't know this side, and I don't know this side length, but what you do know is they are equal. That's really, really, really important. So let's set up our perimeter equation. Okay, our perimeter equals, and we know 8, so we'll say 8 plus 8, we know those 2 side lengths, plus my unknown, plus my other unknown, and we have 20 inches. Okay, beautiful. So we know we have 16 inches between the width of this rectangle on top and on bottom. We know we have to add to that 16 our unknown to get 20. Okay, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 4. We know that. My unknown is 4. So you're going to say to yourself, oh, cool. This is 4 and this is 4. Don't fall into this trap. This is the big trap. So now that you know it's there, you're never going to step into it. If I say this is 4 and this side is 4, let's think about that before we put it on our chart. Then I'm going to say 8 plus 4, and that's 12. And I add 8 more, then I'm at 20, and I add 4 more, I'm at 24. Now, did I say my perimeter was 24? Nope. My perimeter is 20, so what did I do wrong? When I found the difference here between what I knew, I had 16 inches, and I had to get to 20, that difference needed to go to not one side length, but remember, I have 2 missing side lengths, and they're the same. So that difference just needs to be split evenly. So when I split up my 4 extra inches, I know that I can put 2 on one side and 2 on the other. Okay, so let's add this in and see if it works. I'm going to put 2 here and 2 inches here. Let's see if we come up with our total. We know it's 20. Okay, so check this out. Let's take these 2 sides together. We'll call that our half perimeter. 8 plus 2 equals 10. 8 plus 2 equals 10. 10 plus 10. Yes! 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 equals a 20-inch perimeter quadrilateral. It's that easy. You just have to make sure when you find your difference, just like you did here, that you know you have 2 sides to split it up to, and you got this. So it's really just an extension of the example type number 2, okay? You are totally now set up to answer all of those perimeter problems that are going to come up this week. You can find the total perimeter when you know the side length, and you have 3 different ways to find the unknown side length. I know you got this. We'll do some IXL this week, we'll do some item specs, and we'll use our 2 anchor charts, and that will help us answer all of the questions that come up. Okay? All right, good job. Let's get to work.